Thanks for joining us for CBN NewsWatch. I'm Mark Martin. The political battle between the U.S. and Russia heats up. This after the White House issued sanctions against Moscow over alleged interference in the presidential election. But are the president's sanctions very strong? CBN's Dale Hurd has the story.
It comes in response to President Obama's move Thursday ordering 35 Russian diplomats to leave the U.S. in 72 hours, and 2 Russian compounds considered spy nests to be closed. The sanctions hit Moscow's 2 leading intelligence agencies, 4 officials, and 2 cyber criminals wanted by the FBI for alleged Russian cyber meddling in the U.S. presidential election.
The sanctions were aggressive and they were bold, and they're designed to send a message to Russia that this type of behavior is unacceptable.
President Obama said Russian President Vladimir Putin was behind the cyber actions against the U.S.
Not much happens in Russia without Vladimir Putin.
But critics point out that this is the same president who mocked Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney in 2012 over the Russian threat, saying the Cold War was over. Russia's government continued to deny the charges of interfering with the election. Russia's London embassy mocked President Obama's sanctions on Twitter with the photo of a lame duck, saying that everybody, including the American people, will be glad to see the last of this hapless administration. President-elect Donald Trump said the U.S. should move on, but also said he planned to meet with U.S. intelligence leaders next week to learn more about the Russian interference, which did not affect the outcome of the presidential election.
I think we ought to get on with our lives. The whole, age of computer has made it where nobody knows exactly what's going on.
Some top Republicans supported the sanctions, calling the president's action long overdue. Dale Hurd, CBN News.
In other news, a ceasefire is in effect in Syria. It began midnight Thursday. If it holds, the Syrian government and the country's mainstream rebel forces will have peace talks next month in Kazakhstan, according to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Russia and Turkey brokered the deal with rebel groups. They hope it's the beginning of the end of the 6-year war, where more than 250,000 people died. More evidence of a stronger economy with last-minute shoppers hitting the stores, and Amazon reporting that it shipped more than 1 billion items during the holiday season, making it the best ever. Many economists are hoping that growth in the years ahead will be strong, with President-elect Trump promising tax cuts for businesses and individuals. It's something Republicans are hoping for in the new year, especially Speaker of the House Paul Ryan, an end to Obamacare. CBN's Amber Strong takes a look ahead at what Congress faces in 2017.
The results are in, and it's a big win for Obamacare, at least when it comes to the number of people seeking coverage.
If you're not covered yet, now is the time to sign up.
6.4 million Americans signed up for the healthcare exchange in 2017. That's up 400,000 from this time last year.
It's a mad dash for coverage before a Republican-controlled Congress and President-elect Trump take office. A new administration could spell a big loss for President Obama's signature health care bill.
Members of Congress hope to pass a budget in January that could allow them to quickly repeal the Affordable Care Act.
The sooner we can go in a different direction, the better.
Former Bush administration Deputy Secretary of Health and Human Services Tevi Troy tells CBN News that it won't be as easy as some people think.
We're not sure that they can repeal the whole thing, and if they do so, they recognize that there are not 60 Republican votes in the Senate, so they would have to do something called reconciliation, which is a budgetary mechanism that lets you pass something with only 51 votes in the Senate, but it limits what you can do. So not everything, they can't do a bill that says we hereby repeal every jot and tittle of the Affordable Care Act.
Troy advises Republicans to take a different path than Democrats did before by pushing through one big bill. He suggests they come up with reforms to make health insurance cheaper and easier for people to purchase coverage. So what about the millions of Americans who now rely on Obamacare?
They will have to target whatever reform or replacement they do to make sure that those 20 million people are not disrupted and can get some care.
Another target for the new Congress could be defunding Planned Parenthood. Last go-around, Congress pushed to cut Medicaid money from Planned Parenthood, and for now, that still appears to be the plan.
We've already shown what we believe with respect to funding Planned Parenthood. We put a bill on President Obama's desk in reconciliation. Our position has not changed.
President Obama vetoed that bill. But a new President Trump is coming to town, and pro-life advocates hope to gain ground this time around.
Last year, the House and the Senate passed a reconciliation spending bill that got to the president's desk, to President Obama's desk, that didn't include 80% of funding for Planned Parenthood. So that was huge. That would have defunded them $400 million plus. And that they need to do that again. So the path is more clear than it's ever been.
So what else is on Speaker Ryan's wish list? He says fixing a broken tax code and getting rid of government overreach take priority when the 115th Congress take office in January. Amber C. Strong reporting for CBN News at the Capitol.
The streaming service known as VidAngel that allows families to filter content such as language, nudity, and violence from movies continues to fight a legal battle against Disney and other Hollywood studios. A judge granted a request by the studios for a preliminary injunction against VidAngel, meaning the company has to stop streaming content for films for which it has not obtained licenses. This week, the judge denied VidAngel's request for a stay of enforcement of that preliminary injunction. CEO Neil Harmon said the company is now seeking an emergency stay from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals and has said VidAngel plans to appeal the case all the way to the Supreme Court. Coming up, Gospel Music Hall of Famer Richard Smallwood talks about the struggle with depression. This living legend shares his pain and his progress when we come back. It's been called one of the church's dirty little secrets, and many people who suffer from it feel ashamed. It's depression, a serious mental illness affecting millions, including one famous Grammy-winning gospel musician. John Jessup talked with Richard Smallwood about the suffering he hid for decades.
Every morning you see about me. Each week, these voices fill the halls of Howard University's historic chapel. The gospel choir sings across the country and around the world, He washed my sins away, representing soulful musicality and salt and light wherever they go.
Today, members of the Howard Gospel Choir serve as ambassadors for the university. Hard to believe it was just several decades ago that gospel was banned by the music department, and any music major caught playing anything other than classical could be suspended.
Gospel music was a no-no.
Richard Smallwood, considered a living legend in gospel music, was one of the choir's founding members.
We knew how to switch from the latest gospel song to Bach in 3 seconds flat. If somebody said, "Here comes the dean," we go right from whatever we were playing to Bach or Chopin until he passed the door, and then we go right on back to our gospel.
His love of music started early.
My mother tells the story that before I could talk, when I would come home from church on Sunday mornings, I would hum whatever hymn they sang at church.
His mother helped young Richard develop an ear for all kinds of music, raising him on Ella Fitzgerald, Peggy Lee, and the Roberta Martin singers.
I was growing up this little kid with all these crazy tastes.
From a small kids choir to his current group, Vision, Smallwood's career includes a Grammy, multiple Dove and Stellar Awards, and a place in the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. He's also collaborated with the likes of Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin, and Bill Gaither, with whom he wrote, Jesus, You're the Center of My Joy. Whitney Houston showcased his song, I Love the Lord, in the movie The Preacher's Wife. And last summer, his anthem, Total Praise, was performed at the White House for Pope Francis, broadcast around the world. Even with all the success and acclaim, Smallwood, an ordained minister, revealed last year that his signature sound came from a place of pain.
It got to the point where I couldn't get out of bed. I wouldn't get in the shower. The only time I would sort of go out was if we had somewhere to sing.
He says a series of tragedies, including the deaths of close friends and learning that his stepdad was not his biological father, landed him in what he describes as a dark well. That led him to a minister from his church who was also a licensed clinical psychologist.
After seeing her for a while, she said, Richard, you're 100% clinically depressed.
The talks helped, but he remained in that dark hole.
I had to get on medication, which was a major decision for me because I was afraid. I heard so many horror stories, but it wasn't getting any better.
The same man who encouraged concertgoers with lyrics like, "There's healing for your sorrow, healing for your soul," says he felt like a fraud.
They're coming up to me saying, "Your song saved me from this," or "Your song ministered to me in this." And I go off the stage and go back to the hotel and close the door, and I'm hurting.
Pain he kept hidden.
Because it's such a stigma, you're ashamed. I think certainly the church doesn't talk about it, and certainly my culture doesn't talk about it. So it was sort of a double kind of thing. I didn't want anybody to know.
Christian counselor Dr. Christine Buckingham says depression can affect anyone.
Certainly, having a relationship with Christ where we begin to understand our identity, our identities in Christ, can really deal with and correct some of the thinking errors that we have. But it doesn't make anyone immune, and we can look in Scripture and see many cases of depression.
She believes churches and pastors need to better address mental illness and applauds high-profile Christians like Sheila Walsh and Smallwood for openly sharing their battles.
When someone can stand up there and say, "This is what my struggle is, this is who I am," it can really demythologize what the process is. It can also encourage them because they can see that there's a good outcome.
All the glory, all the honor, from all nations and all people.
Smallwood's been off medication for the past 7 years and still sees his therapist from time to time. He credits his recovery to prayer and counseling. Smallwood's also just finished Anthology, a compilation project he calls the soundtrack of his life. But he's now turned to writing his autobiography, which Smallwood hopes will help many more potentially hiding their battle with depression.
I had no idea just sharing my story would encourage others. When they see someone who has been successful in some kind of way talk about the stuff they had to get through to get to that point, that encourages them to say, well, if they can make it, I can.
John Jessup, CBN News, Washington.
Up next, join us for a wilderness survival experience. See if you have what it takes to endure the great outdoors. Imagine driving on a snowy road and your car breaks down and you're all alone, or you're hiking and suddenly become lost and your cell phone isn't working. Would you panic, or would you be prepared to survive until help arrives? To bring you some answers, Wendy Griffith took a wilderness survival course to learn the basics of survival.
Welcome to Mountain Shepherd's Wilderness Survival School, located in the beautiful and rugged mountains of Southwest Virginia. Here, Reggie and Dina Bennett train military and regular folks how to survive the worst-case scenarios and live to tell about them. The Bennetts focus on 7 main survival skills: positive mental attitude, first aid, shelter, firecraft, signaling, water, and food. Most people think that finding food and water are their top priorities in a survival situation, but actually it's building a safe and secure shelter like the one behind me that should be your first order of business.
Because the environment is going to do you in a lot quicker than most anything else.
Reggie, a former U.S. Air Force survival instructor, showed us how to take a simple plastic sheet you can buy almost anywhere, a piece of sturdy string, and in no time, you've got shelter.
What's great about plastic is very forgiving. Even if it's not perfect, it's still going to work for you.
And this time of year, the forest floor gives you all the stuffing you need to make a comfy mattress. CBN videographer Rachel Hooley and I were determined not only to make our own shelter, but to sleep in it. Hey, it's working. Hey! I'm very excited about our mattress tonight. Look at this. This is going to be better than a hotel.
Well, we are here, snug as a bug, in our tent. Here's Rachel.
Hello.
How does it feel?
It's cozier than I thought it would be.
It rained during the night, but our shelter kept us warm and dry. Another vital part of survival, especially in winter, is fire. Fire serves a number of purposes other than simply keeping you warm. It allows you to cook, boil water for drinking, keep bugs and predators away, acts as a signaling device, and supports the #1 survival skill, keeping a positive mental attitude.
What would happen if I threw that right on my tinder? What would I be doing to tinder? I'd smother it. So see, this is where the platform and brace comes in. You put the brace next to your platform like this, right next to the tinder. Then you take your first kindling, bunch it up nice and tight, and you set that right over top the fire. If you see any smoke, it's saying, Reggie, I need oxygen. And all you have to do is just lift the brace up.
I chose the flint and steel method to make my fire. I used a cotton ball smothered in petroleum jelly as my tinder. Vaseline, hand sanitizer, even chapstick makes a cheap and easy accelerant in an emergency situation.
So if you come out into the woods and you don't have an accelerant to start your fire, you can simply take a very sharp knife and scrape it and create what's called like a fluff, which makes excellent tinder.
Fellow survival classmate Sage was successful using just fluff from the wood and a fire starter to get her blaze going. Now for one of the most important elements of survival, water. The average person can only survive about 3 days without water. You can survive 3 weeks or more without food.
Your body is about 75 to 80% water. So you are going to get dehydrated really quick if you don't keep sipping that water. Remember what we say here at our school, ration your sweat, not your water.
If you're in a situation where you don't have water purification tablets and cannot boil the water, try to find the entry place where the spring is coming out of the mountain, like this one.
The water's coming out of the ground right there. See it? So it's being filtered through this ridge, hits this area, and comes out right there.
This provides your best chance of drinking the water before it's contaminated by animals and other bacteria. And last on the list, but not least for most of us, is food. Reggie showed us how to make a squirrel trap with a simple piece of wire.
And I'm just going to funnel him right into my snare.
This time of year, edible plants are scarce. Fortunately, the forest provides plenty of edible bugs. The best way to eat any insect is to cook it. Worms, grubs, termites, crickets, and beetles are your best bet. Although today, we went for what we could find, the popular wood roach.
Oh, look at this. It's a buffet. See, I told you when you find one, you usually find a huge family.
So in a survival situation, if we were really hungry, this wood roach would be an excellent source of what?
Of the fats, the carbohydrates that you need in a survival situation.
Okay.
Which you're not going to get from plants. So I'm not saying don't go after plants, but these are readily available. They're all over the world. If you use those rules that I taught you, this is what you need.
Okay, so we're going to roast them.
All
right.
Okay, so we just roast them because they could have a parasite on there. So get them down there in the flames.
Nice and cooked. Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this, but in a survival situation, this little roach would be a great source of fat and carbohydrates. Tastes like a nut.
Yeah, like I knew.
It tastes like a really tasty nut.
Yeah.
Wow, very nutty.
So you've just got over those food aversions, and now you're going to survive.
Reggie,
All right, you're welcome.
Wendy Griffith, CBN News.
Good job, Wendy. Nice work there. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Once again, scientists are proving that practices in the Bible good for our spiritual health are also good for our physical health. Things like forgiveness, rest, and letting go of worry. Now, as Lori Johnson explains, we can add fasting to that list.
It appears fasting dramatically strengthens our immune system. Researchers at the University of Southern California studied both people and animals who went without food for 2 to 4 days at a time for 6 months. The fasting triggered their bodies to get rid of old, inefficient cells and regenerate new, healthy ones.
This means fasting could be a key to aging well, because as we get older, our immune system weakens, making us more vulnerable to disease. Fasting could prove especially beneficial to people going through chemotherapy or who suffer from autoimmune disorders.
Fasting causes the body's stem cells to renew themselves and holds back a hormone linked to cancer growth. Fasting is now gaining acceptance in popular culture. Folks are trying what's known as intermittent fasting for weight loss as well as other health benefits. One plan involves going without food for 18 hours or more every day, therefore only eating during a 4 to 6 hour window. Another, called the 5-2 diet, involves eating normally for 5 days a week, but eating only 500 calories or less on the other 2. So while many Americans still eat all day, every day, more scientists are increasingly touting the health benefits of fasting on a regular basis. Lori Johnson, CBN News.
And that's it for now on CBN NewsWatch. You can find more of our exclusive coverage of the issues you care most about at cbnnews.com. Also, tell us what you think about the stories you've seen here. And you can do that on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hope you'll join us next time. Have a great day.